2, 1. What's up, YouTube? Stonebraker does stuff here, and believe it or not, I'm shocking myself. Today is January 4th, 2024, and this is two firsts. The first ride of 2024, and the first ride on the $400 used EUY, I believe it's an F6, 20-inch e-bike. So this was something spur of the moment. It's gonna get cold, and I mean, it's cold today, but it's about 35 degrees right now. There's a big possibility of some heavy snow next week, and that means no rides. So I thought today I need to drain the battery, and I need to actually take this out on an actual ride more than down the road when I bought it, just to make sure that everything works. So this, again, $400 I bought used. I have no phone holder, you know, old school, doing it with my hand. I have no mirrors. And if you watched the video from a few days ago when I talked about some of the things I was initially noticing, is these handlebars are so short. Like, yeah, definitely if I keep this bad boy, we're gonna need to replace the handlebars, make them a little bit longer, because it definitely feels like I'm on a scooter right now. So this has 5 levels of pedal assist. Right now, we're on pedal assist 2, and it says I'm going 23 miles an hour. I don't know if that's correct. It doesn't feel like 23 miles an hour. And we're on the world famous Covington Circle Trail. Hey, if I'm gonna test out a new bike, there is no better ride than on the Circle Trail. So to prepare myself, I told myself I would not ride under 50 degrees. If it's 45 degrees and there's some sun, I may ride, but we're getting into the later hours of the evening. It's 35 degrees, but I'm risking it. So I got my black gloves on. I noticed in my last video when I was showing off this bike, you could clearly see I'm getting old man hands. So hopefully these black gloves will cover that. I got 2 hoodies on, and I got 2 t-shirts, and I also have a fleece little zip up jacket. So upper body's not too cold. These jeans though, definitely not prepared. And sorry there, I kind of got distracted by the way this thing was turning. Pedal assist seems to work pretty good. I am ghost pedaling. Ghost pedaling is when you're basically just moving the wheels and you're not really providing any feedback. You're not assisting. We got some more deers up here. Every time I come on this trail, we see deers. Now I see deers, but you're probably not gonna see it with the GoPro. You may see the white tails a little bit. I don't know. Probably 8 or 9 deers out here. Yeah, so testing this out. This video, no end all be all. There's no purpose to this video. I didn't have a final destination or anything other than to actually put this out on a ride. I talked about it had 13 miles when I bought it. I don't know if you guys can see. 14 miles, pedal assist 2, 14 miles an hour. The seat, no bueno. Definitely if this is a keeper, I'm gonna get a seat. Oh, there's a big old deer. Here's some more deer. There we go. Sorry, I got really excited. You guys had to see them. Oh man, I swear to God, if I get killed by a deer and I'm on this piece of shit bike, well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say piece of shit bike. I should say the used $400 bike. But yeah, I have a feeling that's not the last deer we're probably gonna see right here. But yeah, 35 degrees, I'm bundled up. I wanted to get an e-bike video. I've been rolling out these Nintendo and Super Nintendo videos. If you guys haven't watched those, please go back and check them out. You know, you can't have a more separate area of videos. You know, not too many people are going to be interested in both of them, but that's my goal. Maybe I can make e-bike fans, old school video game fans, and old school video game fans e-bike friends, or e-bike fans and friends as well. Shit, let's just hug. Let's give the brakes a test right here. Okay, hold on. What are we gonna do with the phone? Fuck it, let's just do one brake. All right, right brake. All right, it actually wasn't that bad. So one thing I didn't get to do, and I tried to do, is these tires need aired up. They need to go to 30 PSI. These are about 9 PSI. That's what the guy told me, and I can definitely feel it. So I'll get the tires aired up. I tried to do it when I went to the, I just can't think right now. It's the cold, it's frozen my brain cells. When I went to the storage unit where I store the e-bikes, one of my bikes, I have in the bag in the back, I have a air presser thing for air pressure. But unfortunately, it's a USB chargeable and it's been sitting there and it's not been used, so it's dead. So note to self, take that home, charge it, bring it back. See if we can test the light up here. You know what, I'm not like too critical of this bike. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Besides needing longer handlebars, and besides the screen right there, that screen is boring. You guys can see it. That's the most boring screen I have. No collar. It gives you the basic information. Someone has said it mentions the currents and shit, so you can change that. This says my battery is at 100%, which I hope that's not true. That's the goal of this ride. Again, I wanted to get the battery down a little bit. From my understanding, you do not want to keep the batteries at 100% if you're going to be storing them for several months and not using them. You want to get them down. And I had to raise the handlebars. Whenever I get a new bike, it takes me a little bit to where I'm comfortable with the handlebars and the seat. The gentleman I bought it off of was quite a bit taller than me, which isn't saying much because I'm not a tall fella. But I moved the seat down, and I don't know if you can see my knees, but probably going to need to move the seat up a little bit, which sucks because then the handlebars really can't go up. These handlebars can't go up very much anyways. So, I mean, it's pretty comfy right here. It's not bad. I might just leave it. Hope everybody's having a good New Year's. I hope my GoPro doesn't die. Those are my hopes and goals. All right, let's test out the front brake, which is the left. This bike's pretty quiet, really. All right, left brake, let's try it. Front brake test, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, that is terrible. All right, brakes suck. Disregard what I said. Man, the suspension seat post, man, I can definitely feel it. I think I'll raise the seat just a smidge. And I think this is a pretty good there's another deer. Come on. Run out in front of me, that would be an amazing thumbnail. First e-bike, killed my deer, RIP. All right, let's see if there's any more deer, because I got a feeling you never just see one deer by itself. Never. They even, Bambi, I'm sorry. RIP Bambi's mom. I'm just kind of scoping out for deer. Yeah, I think once I get some air in these tires, get a Cloud9 seat on it, which, I mean, this seat's not terrible, I'm not gonna lie. But we might as well spend 35 bucks and improve the comfort to either myself or whoever else rides it, or if I do end up selling it, making a little bit of a profit. Let's go up this hill. I haven't even really tested the pedal assist. I've kept it in 2. I believe the gentleman said he did go through the settings and unlocked everything, like to make it a class 3. So one thing that drives me crazy though is, does this thing move down? It does. There we go. I like that because now it's at my thumb level, so I can just up, down, up, down. Let's test the light. All right, I just tested turning the bike off. You know what? Let's see how the bike rides. It's like a 67-pound bike. Let's see how it rides without any type of assist or anything. It's not too bad. All right, let's turn it back on, make sure it turns back on, which it does. Awesome. Puts us in pass 1. Let's see how this handles some bumpy roads up here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this video under 15 minutes. I might actually turn around, guys, because this isn't gonna be a proper 25-30 minute video where I normally make. This is just a test this thing out. You know, we'll go ahead and turn around at the end of this. All right, so pass 1, pedal assist 1 works good. Still says I got 100% in the battery. I don't know if I believe that. I'll have to mess with the settings sometime and figure out how to change everything. I need to get this plastic off the front or whatever, those edges kind of annoy me. But it's not a bad Indiana day, really. 35 degrees, early January. There's a good possibility that this time next week, though, weather's gonna be a lot different. A lot colder and a lot more white stuff. Pause. White stuff on the ground as in snow. All right, let's see if we can turn this bad boy around. 28.5, 29. All right, so according to this, it was 29.8. So probably not a good idea to be going 30 miles an hour without a helmet on a trail where I've just seen about 10 deer on a $400 bike with very low tires. Low inflated tires, I should say. Be a little careful when I come up here. It's where I saw the deer last time. You know, I watch a lot of other YouTubers, and I'm a little envious of the ones that live in the bigger locations. I watch a lot of people that, you know, they live close to, I don't know if they're state parks or whatever, but like I've seen people like next to gorgeous rivers and all this stuff, and I don't have a whole lot of that around me. Future plans though, and I'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and end the video. And I appreciate you guys watching this, because again, there was no real big intention on this other than let's ride the bike and test it. And I'm impressed. If I do sell this, there's a chance I'll probably sell it to someone I know, someone in my town. I had a few people ask about it already, and they, you know, told me to let them know if I decide to sell it. But I'm gonna make sure that there's no issues with it. One thing I did have an issue with, and it took about 15 minutes, is if you look up this bike, the battery sits behind the seat. There's like a sliding spot, you slide it in and it lines up to these rails, and I was sliding it in, but I couldn't get it to shut. So I don't know what I did. You've got to like put the top little bolt inside the sliding thing's hole, and I swear this isn't a sex talk, but I couldn't figure it out. Which, hey, maybe it is a sex talk, can't figure it out. But anyways, eventually I got it. And yeah, I was afraid. A couple of videos said that the battery would rattle a little bit. This is a 20 amp hour battery. So I've got to give this bike some props. If you're a prospective e-bike buyer and maybe you don't want to go all out, maybe look for a used e-bike. I've noticed a lot of people selling e-bikes are still asking for a lot of money. I basically paid less than half of what this would cost me, you know, if you're getting it through Amazon and if you're paying for shipping and stuff. It's an $800 bike before all that shipping nonsense and all that crap that comes with it. So maybe look into seeing if you can buy a used one. Hell, $400, I'm definitely thinking this was a really good purchase. Maybe if spring comes around, maybe I'll, you know, trade, see if I can sell. Maybe I'll sell one of the Eohoras. Having 4 bikes, I'm constantly going to switch between them, so the miles are going to be low and they're going to be in good shape. So who knows what the future holds as far as the bikes go. Now I do want to say, I was talking about how I've watched some videos where some other people have all these awesome environments to ride in and all that good stuff. I don't have that really, but there are a couple places that as soon as we're constantly in the high 60s, so we're talking maybe like April or May, you know, I don't know, is that when the 60s to start? There's a couple places that I don't know if I can really take my e-bike to. I guess I could. You know, I could actually drive there, take one of my folding bikes, and then just ride the bike there. But the state of Indiana does have a waterfall, believe it or not. And it's the highest waterfall in the state of Indiana, about 15 minutes away from me. It's always a nice little trip to go check it out. that might be something I go check out. And I do want to go back to the nature preserve and actually explore it a little bit. I rode my bike there, but I never really did too much. So, and then I got a couple other things. There's some covered bridges, old stuff like that, you know, small town shit that I think would make quality content as long as I can communicate properly. And I have a problem with communicating properly. Don't script any of the Nintendo videos. I don't know how you could script this. You know, there's things you probably think, okay, I want to talk about this, I want to do this, but there's no way you can script something like this. But yeah, I'm impressed, people. Get a longer handlebar, air up the tires to the full PSI, maybe tighten some things. I do need to get new grips. These grips are not good. Those are 12 bucks. Mirrors, and then a phone holder. And you know what? I may have a perfectly usable bike as a 4th e-bike. Probably not something to ride every day. I don't know how long a bike like this would last, but for something that I use it for, let's give it a little test here. Thank you for joining me on my first ride of 2024 on my new to me EUY F6 folding 20-inch e-bike. And I think we should just end the video. Nothing more coming up. Just gotta load it back up, go home, warm up a little bit because my hands are a little cold. But appreciate you guys spending your time helping me waste my time, and we'll be back with another one.